April 16th, 2020. Hey, this Stephan here, man. I'm down south, right down here in Memphis, Tennessee, and I'm visiting from the West Coast and from California. So, right behind me is I'm here in the Midtown area, and right behind me is what you see is the old college that I graduated from, Memphis College of Art. I graduated in the class of 2004. Okay, I'm gonna get straight down to it. I'm gonna start off by saying that I'm glad that I was able to change my life with my artwork and stuff like that, going to this school, as well as me experiencing different art mediums such as painting, sculpture, welding, and et cetera, et cetera. Life drawing and stuff like that. And then, of course, I was glad that I was able to go across seas twice. Once to Berlin, Germany in the spring of 2003, and then to Paris, France in the spring of 2004. I was definitely glad that I, went, to those trips, because it was a hell of an experience, and I loved it, seeing different art museums and stuff like that. So a small part of me is, sad that this school didn't shut down, because, it helped me change my life around with my artwork, and I got my bachelor's degree in fine art, sculpture, graphic arts, stuff like that. So I'm glad of that. However, since I got that out the way, however, I'm gonna tell you why a real big part of me is glad that this school didn't shut down, because of the simple reason, man, they gave me a ton of hard time here. I mean, when it came to minority students like me that came from the hood, that came from the streets, that came from, those ghetto environments, urban environments, ghetto is an attitude. It's not a race, it's an attitude. Remember that. Come from those urban environments, they gave me a hard time because I always said something. Because I got tired of them, how they'll treat, have their favorite students, from different other environments that are, more, wealthy or whatever. They was their favorite students. They gave them hooked them up with some of the good jobs after college. Where ones like me, we steady had to get out on the grind. And I mean, just literally get back out on the dirt and mud after we done got through doing 4 years of college. You dig what I'm saying? And right along with that, it was certain staff, not all, but certain staff that was, always doing all this behind the scenes cutthroating, with other students, killing other students' dreams, not just from students that came from the hood, but other urban environments as well. Others that came from the trailer parks and others that came from reservations and so forth. And so then they couldn't stand the fact that I spoke up a lot about that. They always targeted me because they knew that I was telling the truth. Of course, they targeted another gentleman too and a couple of others, but they knew I was the main one that was telling the truth, and they couldn't stand it. Like for a prime example, I'll illustrate this for a prime example. Yeah, prime example is that it was one time in my junior year when a teacher got a student to tear down one of my sculptures that I did and getting it ready for my first art exhibit. Now, they didn't know that I knew a reporter. They thought I was gonna do the old, just going off and fighting and cussing or whatever. They did not know that I knew a reporter from the Lamplighter newspaper at that time. So I called that reporter up, and I told that reporter about what happened to my sculpture. Guess what? That reporter started calling, not only the school but the certain staff, asking them, is it true that you love killing folks' dreams and being creative, in creativity? Excuse me on that, being creative. So, next thing you know, of course, they kind of bagged up off me a little bit after a while, but I still didn't trust them because simple reason, I knew that they were still up to no good regardless of what you do. You dig what I'm saying? Now, I could have went to Art News and busted all of them out, but the only reason why I didn't, because, hey, I had to beat them in their own game and get that degree, get that bachelor's degree, in which I did, in which I really did it for myself, but at the same time, I didn't know that I was standing up for other people as well up in this school, in which, hey, I'm cool with that. I was speaking up for people that, couldn't speak up for themselves, so I'm cool with that. And they just didn't like the fact that I was telling the truth, and this was between the time I was going to school from 2000 all the way till I graduated from May of 2004. And at that time, it was the beginning of a new life for me, because me coming from the Midwest, back from the north side of St. Louis originally, but South Central LA is my second home. I came from the street, you know what I'm saying? They didn't like me because I originally came from the street. I was fresh up out the shelter house. I was fresh up off them streets, off them blocks. You dig what I'm saying? Going up to their school, that's what they did not like. Now, look, I don't care, what people say or what lies they tell you or how convincing they sound, but when it comes down to it, hey, the truth is the truth, no matter how many people go to the grave not believing it, and a lie is a lie, no matter how many people go to the grave believing that dumb mess. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, and as far as the article, the Lamplighter newspaper, Memphis newspaper, you can look up the title is Disturbed Images by Stephan Caddell, page 17, written by Denise Parkinson. That was the name of the journalist who worked for the Lamplighter newspaper, the October of 2003. You can Google that, look that up. Disturbed Images by Stephan Caddell in the Lamplighter newspaper, Memphis, Tennessee, October 2003, page 17. You can Google that, and if you can't find it, you can also, contact me, and I'll even send you a copy, or give you a physical copy. Well, or if you want a physical copy from me, hey, it'll be a couple of bucks. Not trying to sell stuff online, but anyway, it's not all about the money. It's all about getting the truth out and the message out. But anyway, you can just look that up. And I'd like to give shout outs to that journalist, that, gave me, an opportunity to do an article on me, and also the few other people out there that believed in me when a whole lot of other people didn't. You dig what I'm saying? So it was like, once I graduated in May of 2004 from this school, got my bachelor's, 2 weeks after I got my bachelor's in May of 2004, I went straight to California, and I haven't looked back ever since. And then, of course, yeah, true enough, I work a regular job doing security, but hey, I also been doing my artwork, participating in art exhibits, doing some, acting, stand-up comedy, poetry, stuff like that. So hey, things been looking pretty good, even though I got a student loan that's been hanging over my head, still, and I want that student loan to be erased, and one of these days it will get erased. Best believe that. But yeah, man, so right along, with that, when I found out that the school, closed down, I remember one classmate asked me what was my take on it, for us this school getting closed down. I said, hey, you reap what you sow. That's the bottom line. You reap what you sow, because certain staff had fun sowing what they were reaping, literally. I could tell you that, I'm telling you that now, Now, I don't know what else that was happening after I left this school and everything else, because it's been, 16 years now, So I don't know, but I'm pretty sure for certain that they had a lot of other stuff, other reasons why this school didn't close down also. And you want to know how I really feel about this, how that big part of me really feel? Check this out. You see that? Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Woo. Yeah, that's how I feel about this school, man. Because look, I know nobody ain't perfect when I say this, because I know we all have our days. I'm not perfect because I know I have my days too. But look, karma is the biggest trip. Karma is the biggest gangster that's out there, and it always have been and it always will. Karma is what shut this school down. The more that you treat folks in a bad way, whether it's behind the scenes, up front, or whatever, the more you're gonna have the karma right back coming back to you. So the same person that you end up kicking hard while you up there is gonna be the same person that you gonna meet when you end up falling down. So you gotta watch how you treat people. You dig what I'm saying? At least do your best to. You dig what I'm saying? And right along with that, hey, with everything that went on, as far as like those certain other students that kind of belittled me behind my back, they wouldn't do it in front of my face because they knew I'd go off. But ones that did that behind my back, guess what? The ones that say, oh, if you don't have no evidence about it, you're going to be an a-hole and all that. You know what? Shut up, please. Because when it comes down to it, hey, the truth, no matter what you do, the end result is the truth is going to always come out. No matter how much people do to hide it, sugarcoat it, bury it, whatever. The truth is going to always come out at the end. That's the end result about that. But for as those certain ones, and for us a few people that believed in me, hey, much shout outs to y'all. Much shout outs to, everybody that believed in me. You dig what I'm saying? I appreciate that a whole lot. Yeah, life is good. Yeah, but anyway, hey, you know what? This is my closure video. You dig what I'm saying? And you know what? Hey, y'all be successful. Y'all stay safe. I'm out here. I got my mask on and gloves. I know it's this this COVID-19 thing going on, so I'm being protected. But you know what? God got my back, and God gonna always have my back. And y'all be safe. Y'all stay secure, and I'll holler right back at you. Dig what I'm saying?